Bird610, and today I have a new kind of video. Recently I've grown to appreciate the evolutions, as you can see in my YouTube activity. Now for those of you who don't know, Eevee is a Pokemon that can evolve into not one, not two, but 8 different evolutions. Pokemon fans often refer to these Pokemon as eeveelutions, a play on the words Eevee and evolution. But before I start, I have a couple disclaimers. Number 1, this obviously is my opinion and you don't have to agree with them. And feel free to share your opinion in the comments. Number 2, keep in mind that this is a list of the top evolutions to have as a pet, not my favorite evolutions in general. For example, my favorite evolution is Espeon, but you'll find it's not number 1 on this list. With that out of the way, let's begin. In number 9, we have Jolteon. Now, I'm going to be honest, I love all the evolutions, but as a pet, this one falls a bit short. For one, it would be kind of hard to snuggle with or hug because of its sharp fur on its back. Also, accidental shocks are bound to happen. It may also cause problems with electronical devices. One good thing, though, is if you could theoretically teach a Jolteon to control its power, you could use it for power in a pinch, but it would be a risk. In number 8, we have Umbreon. Okay, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this. It's not that I don't like Umbreon. In fact, I love Umbreon, as I love all the evolutions. I just feel like as a pet, it wouldn't be that great. Umbreon's main coolness factor comes from its design, braveness, and fighting skills. Let's face it, braveness and fighting skills are not going to help a house pet much. Also, since it seems to be mostly nocturnal, you wouldn't see it often unless you stay up late. Though I will admit, Umbreon would make one heck of a guard dog. Number 7, we have Leafyon. Now this is where my views start to shift from positive to extremely positive. I think Leafyon would make a fine pet. It would probably be really easy to care for. For one, you wouldn't even need to feed it. Its Pokemon entry states it uses photosynthesis for food. The only thing you would need to do is let it outside. Give it one of those pet doors and you're set. It's also really cute and it loves nature, so be prepared to go on a lot of nature walks with it. Also, if you hate rain, which I don't, I actually love rain, you can use Sunny Day to get rid of the rain. Number 6, Eevee. This was actually a really hard one to rank, and I still don't feel confident putting it here. I feel I should have put it a bit higher, but you know what? I'm going to defend my choice anyways. You were probably expecting Eevee to be right in the middle, but it's actually a little lower. Keep in mind that I would love to have Eevee as a pet, but it's just sort of plain compared to the others. Yes, it's true that you can't go wrong with an Eevee. It takes the good parts of a cat and the good parts of a dog and puts them together in a pot of adorableness. But the fact still remains that compared to the others, it's just plain. But that's just what makes this the go-to pet if you just want a plain normal pet similar to that of a cat or dog for a family. Just don't forget to give it an Everstone. In number 5, we have Vaporeon. Now I'm going to be honest, I think the only reason this one is above Leafyon and Eevee is because I love rain. And Vaporeon has access to Rain Dance. I feel this pet would be a tricky one to have, but once you've completely bonded with it, it would be a truly great pet. In some ways, Vaporeon seems like one of the best pets to have in general, but it's probably one of the hardest ones to take care of. Its Pokédex entry states it can turn into water. I can just imagine a stubborn Vaporeon turning into water to get out of trouble from its owner. Also, a Vaporeon would demand constant swimming, so you would either have to have a decent pool outside of your house 24/7, or you're going to have to take frequent trips to the public pool. Actually, now that I think of it, I'd say both. Number 4, Glacier. Glaceon seems like one of the more practical pets to have. If you're like me and you can't sleep when it's hot, this is a great pet for you. It's basically a natural AC unit. Or if it's hot outside, Glaceon could cool it down. I also really love snow, and Glaceon could make it snow. So no more school. Yay. Just kidding. Lol. Also, if you got hurt, I could imagine a Glaceon putting its cold paw and or body on where it hurts to make you feel better. Kind of like a natural ice pack. The only bad thing is it may be too cold sometimes. If you're already cold and your Glaceon comes over to you, you're going to be even more cold. Also, free snow cones. 3. Sylveon. Now this one is an obvious choice for a pet. It's probably the second most obvious, only beaten by Eevee. Sylveon has a reputation for being the most loving to its trainer, and for a good reason. I mean, to get this Pokemon, you need to evolve an Eevee that has high affection. Its Pokédex also states, it wraps its ribbon-like feelers around the arm of its beloved trainer and walks with him or her. Can you just imagine walking with a Sylveon while it's basically doing the equivalent of holding your hand? Number 2, Espeon. Now, I'm obviously a bit biased since this is my favorite evolution and favorite Pokemon in general, but in my opinion, it would also make a good pet. Now, this Pokemon is very cat-like, and I've always been a cat person, so it gets some points for that. Psychic is also my favorite type of all time. I always wished I could move things with my mind. If I can't do it, then the second best thing is to have a pet that can. Also, my cat headbutts me on the head from time to time in real life, and it's really cute. Imagine an Espeon pressing gently on your forehead with the gem on its forehead, gifting you with its psychic powers. Yeah, that would be awesome. And finally, in number 1, Flareon. Now, I know Flareon isn't the best evolution competitively, but I'm still hoping Sword and Shield will fix that. But it would make a fantastic pet. I mean, just look at it. It's just so fluffy. Imagine this thing crawling up on your lap and lying down. It's a fire type too, so it'd probably be warm. Now you may be thinking, wouldn't it burn down your house? But unlike Glacier, I imagine Flareon being able to control its temperature. And it would just be awesome to hug a Flareon. It's so fluffy. Like even if it was 0 degrees outside, you would still be able to rest comfortably thanks to this little ball of fluff. Anyways, that was my list of the top 9 evolutions, including Eevee, to have as pets. Hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you did. Also, one more thing. If you have the chance, you should check out the Eeveelution Squad by PKM150. I'm not being sponsored or anything. I just genuinely think you should check it out if you love the Eeveelutions like I do. It's a comic and the art's really good and the story keeps it interesting.